you're solving with this business is time wastage. You're solving a health problem and you're helping the customers be more productive. So while telling them about your business idea, you must capture the problem you're trying to solve with that business, not just explaining the concept of your business. Hey, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Victor Kelechi Kingsley, and I'm going to walk you through how you can apply for the Tony Elumelu Foundation Business Grant, which is 5,000 US dollars open to Africans, and actually be successful at accessing this grant. All right, so you might have heard about TEF before now, or you might just be hearing for the first time. So TEF stands for Tony Elumelu Foundation, and this is a business grant program that happens every year. It's been going on for the past about 6 or 7 years, and now, depending on when you're seeing this video. So this business grant is open to Africans who have viable business ideas that has proven to be disruptive and can hire people, jobs, business ideas that can provide jobs for the larger population of Africans. So this is what the foundation is looking for. They are looking for businesses that have demonstrated the ability to create jobs, businesses that have demonstrated the ability to make profits, businesses that have demonstrated the ability to succeed, to thrive across different African countries and across different nations, across different economic situations and all of that. So this is the kind of business they are looking for. So TEF is not looking to invest in just any business idea that you have. It must be a business that is disruptive, a business that can create jobs, and a business that has proven to generate good profit. Because at the end of the day, while the foundation is making this opportunity available for Africans, is to be able to increase the economic state of young Africans, and as well as solve the unemployment issues bedeviling the continent. So if your business idea falls into any of this category, you should go straight ahead to apply for this business grant. So before we dive deep into how to submit your application for this grant, let me quickly walk you through how the program runs each year. So the program typically starts in January, where you submit the application. We'll have the application drive where people get to submit the applications, and this typically run from January to around March or June, depending on how the program cycle for the year runs. So you submit the application drive. Then from there you move on to the training and shortlisting. After the application drive, everybody is invited to be trained by the foundation. You go through thorough business training where you get to acquire a lot of business skills that can help you thrive in the ever competitive business environment of the continent. And then you move from there to extra business trainings. Then from there you get to business plan and pitches, meaning if your business makes it through the training section, you get shortlisted, then you get further to the deeper business training. Then from there, successful businesses are then shortlisted to submit their business plan and pitch. All right. Then after that, when you get into the business plan and pitching section, it doesn't mean you've been selected for the business grant. There is still another part where people will now be cut down. Let's say we have about 200,000 people applying. Everyone gets to the first training stage, and from there they cut down to a reasonable amount that are allowed to submit a business plan and pitch. So after an evaluation, a certain number of people are selected, of which will be announced. Then after announcement, we move on to disbursement. So there are usually 2 to 3 disbursements in the Tony Elumelu Foundation grant cycle. During our own time, there was about 2 to 3. All right. So you get the first disbursement, get the second disbursement, depending on the organization that is disbursing your funds. It could be TEF, it could be UNDP, it could be African Development Bank. So any of these TEF partners who have selected you, or who you fall under their payment structure, you're going to wait to be paid by them. So this is basically how the program runs, and the application to the program has been made super simple by the foundation, and that is exactly where I am going to walk you through in just about a minute. All right, so to apply for the Tony Elumelu Business Grant, you need to just come to tefconnect.com. All right, you go to tefconnect.com. So when it loads, you're going to have to sign in either with your email and password, or you can sign in with your Google account. While you stick with me, I'm going to show you how to actually apply to get selected and what to put in and what not to put in. All right, so we'll go from just how to apply to also the assessment, because there are business questions you need to answer, and definitely not everyone can be able to tackle such difficult business questions. So I've provided answers to some of those questions, of which they're included in this video, so you don't get stuck on the way. You can go all the way from 0 to 100 in your application. So let me log out so we can start, so we can have a fresh start of this business plan, this business grant application, from your sign up to whatever it is you need to know. Okay, so I've successfully logged out. Now let me sign in. Okay, so it is showing this way because I have my phone on landscape mode. I'm not using a laptop, so it's on landscape mode for this video. If I was using a laptop, the view would have been different, or if I was using the normal phone setting, the mobile view, it would have also been different. So I'm using this landscape for it to be broader, and you can see all of the things I intend to do in the course of this. So I'm just going to sign in with my email address. Okay, beautiful. So once you sign in to the platform, so the first thing you're going to do is to come to this part. Okay, let's say if your phone is on landscape mode, if your phone is this way, you're going to have to click on this drop down menu. But once you click on the drop down menu, you would find the option of selecting applications. So you just go ahead and click on applications. So I'm going to rotate my device back. So right there you can see the application for the 2023 TEF flagship program, so which is exactly what we are supposed to be applying for. As you can see, the one for 2022 that happened with United Nations Development Project in Mali has ended. So this is for 2023. That is the TEF flagship program. You click on apply. So now you are going to select the language you understand. If you understand English perfectly, you select English. If you understand French, you take that, Portuguese, and Arabic. So I am an English speaker, so I'm going to select English. So after clicking on English, I'll click on next. Okay, so they are giving you the terms and conditions for applying and participating in the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Business Program or Entrepreneurship Program. So on your end, you can choose to read this up, but we are not going to do that. So I'm going to go straight ahead and click that I have accepted the terms and conditions of the program. Nigerians and Africans generally, I think we do not like reading terms and conditions, but I would really advise you go through this because I have done that myself. So that is why I'm not going to read it with you, as it's going to take too much time from the video. So let's just accept. Okay. So these are guidelines for the assessment. They are trying to let you know that there is going to be an assessment in the course of applying to this program. At a point, you're going to be asked to provide a form of ID. It could be your international passport, it could be your driver's license, residency, or citizen's card. So these are just things you expect to meet while applying. So this assessment is divided into 4 sections and would require approximately 45 minutes to complete. So it is recommended that you take the assessment in an environment free of distractions and with optimal concentration, so you don't feel rubbish. And you must be 18 years and above, because if you are under 18 years of age, it is an automatic disqualification. And if you have also received a grant or seed capital from TEF in previous years, it's also going to be an automatic disqualification for you. So you do not want that to happen at all. So let's move forward. Okay, now this is the application page. So here the first section is your personal details, where you go to fill in your legal first name, your legal last name, and if you have a legal middle name, you fill it. So why I say legal is the name that is in your government approved ID card, the name that the courts know you by, that same name you used to open your bank account. So do not go using your nicknames or names that don't have anything to do with any of your IDs. So use your legal names for application. So you go forward and fill in your gender, your date of birth, your age range. They can actually select your age range, and within which age range you fall into. You put in your phone number, your email address, your highest level of qualification. For people that have bachelor's degree, you put that. But depending on whichever degree it is you have, it could be, you could even be a high school dropout. You could hold a higher school diploma, some college, associate degree. So any of the degrees you hold, please go ahead and select it. Then put in your country, and please note that you must be from an African country. All right. So put in your state or region, put in your city, your residential address. Also mention if you're in a rural area or not. Okay, for me, I'm not in a rural area, so I'm selecting no. So have you accessed other grants from other foundations? You could be yes or no. So if you've eventually accessed other grants, so you can go ahead and mention the name of the companies that has given you business grant before. Now here you're going to provide the type of ID you want to apply with. So it could be a national ID, it could be an international passport, it could be your driver's license, your voter's card, or any of the IDs that you can provide. You can go ahead and provide it for the application you're sending. Okay, if you've not settled with all of this, you won't be able to continue to the next page. So upload everything necessary that you need to upload, then we can move on to the next page. Okay, now after you've put in all the necessary personal information that you were asked for, which includes your mode of identification and all of that information that is required of you, and I'm going to advise, please ensure you're putting in the correct information and an approvable means of identification. Now you click on submit. So we come to the next page where you're going to talk about your applicant's idea and experience, meaning the idea and experience you have in the business. All right, so let's go straight ahead to that. Now the first tab is where you tell them about your business, and they're asking that you're you're going to give a little description of your startup idea, or ideas. If you do not have a business idea, then describe an industry or customer problem that you might want to build a business around, a minimum of 50 characters. All right, so you might go ahead and tell them that let's say, for example, you are applying with an e-learning platform. So let's say your e-learning platform name is Udemy, for example. I'm just citing an instance. So you can say that you are, for example, your business name Udemy is an online learning platform that provides an e-learning marketplace where course creators can come and share their knowledge and make money from it. All right. Then if you're running a farm, let's say, for example, you're running a fresh food farm, you can say maybe your business name is Fresh Veggies. So Fresh Veggies is a fresh food farm where people or families can order fresh from farm vegetables, fruits, and all of that, and get it directly delivered in their houses. So the problem you're trying to solve with this is to help people eat healthy, stay healthy, and also save time of going to the market. Meaning, people who get to order food from your farm do not have to waste extra time from their already tight schedule going to the market to pick up a thing or two. So where your business comes in is in helping them ensure that they are eating quality food while saving time and doing other things they want to do with their time. So this is what your business is about. So the problem you're solving with this business is time wastage. You're solving a health problem, and you're helping the customers be more productive. So while telling them about your business idea, you must capture the problem you're trying to solve with that business, not just explaining the concept of your business. Don't just explain the features, more like merely saying you're offering and maybe an e-commerce marketplace where people come to sell. Try to highlight the problem people are already having that is making you come up with this solution of an e-commerce marketplace, just like I did with the fresh veggies farm. So you highlight the problems you intend to solve, highlight people that are facing that problem, and if you can even give a little bit of statistics in it, you could just say on the average that it is recorded that majority of the health problems that people are experiencing are from eating unhealthy food or rotten vegetables. All right. So these are some statistics. And say so and so hospital confirmed to have, some of the things you can provide as proof that truly you are providing value. You're solving a real problem that exists, not just something you think off the cap of your head, something that exists and you have a solution to it. So capture the problem of the target customer. Mention who your target customers are. If you listen to my pitch about the fresh veggies, I mentioned that there are families that you're targeting. So if you're targeting students, ensure you capture it in your about your business idea category, and just make it beautiful. Then here you try to talk about which of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals your business idea supports. So it could be the no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordability and clean energy, decent work and economic growth. So any of these 17 sustainable developmental goals of the UN, their business is trying to solve also or support, you can go ahead and claim it. So if you're under e-learning, it could be quality education. If you're under agriculture, it could be maybe if there's anything that has to do with food under here, you can select it. So whichever one that applies best to your business or concept, so you can go ahead and pick it. So down below that, you go ahead and talk about your business name. The example we are using here is Food Drone Kitchen. It's just a generic name, Food Drone Kitchen. Then you mention in which industry is your business. So I selected the food and beverages under here. So you can select the industry your business falls under. So it could be haulage, it could be logistics, healthcare, ICT, intellectual property, manufacturing, etc. Any category your business falls into, you go ahead and select that. You also get to select the subcategory. So under every category there is a subcategory. So because I selected food and beverages, it could come under food processing, restaurants, business, catering, and etc. Whichever one it applies to it, you select. Then you go ahead and select the country, the state, the city, the exact address. If your business has a website, you go ahead and select and put in your website. Then you also mention the local government area your business exists, not where you live. The local government area under which your business exists. All right. Then from there, you talk about the stage your business is in, your business idea. And mind you, TEF does not fund any business above 3 years. This is an expo. They are not going to fund your business if it is above 3 years in existence. So please ensure you're selecting a business that is between the idea stage, infancy, or growth. Don't select maturity. So your business must fall under 3 years for you to be eligible for this grant. So I will always advise you, either you select infancy or you select growth. So let's go with infancy for you. Then, is your business registered? If your business is registered, go ahead and select yes. If it's not, go ahead and say no. So if it is yes, you would need to provide your business registration number. That's the CAC for Nigerians. The CAC registration number for your business, you're going to need to provide it. Then you talk about how many employees you have. Are you already employing people? Mention the amount of employees you have for your business. If you're not, please be bold enough to say 0. Then do you have any business partners? I will likely say no. Even if you do, please go with no, so you don't have extra documents to submit. Then Do you have your business partner's consent? Yes. Is your business in a rural area? It could be yes, it could be nope. So whatever it is your business is in, you go ahead and also talk about that. Then you click continue to move on to the next thing. And the next thing you're going to now talk about, where we are going into, is the assessment. All right. So the assessment is where you're going to answer some business related questions. First of all, it's going to be a personality test. Then secondly, it's going to be a cognitive test. The personality test intends to find out the kind of person you are. So that one is going to be solely left to you. I wouldn't be providing answers to that. It's trying to assess the kind of person you are. So you cannot be me and I cannot be you. But I'm going to also provide answers to the cognitive test, where you get to be able to select which kind of the correct answers to some really tough business questions they have provided. Then after that, you move to declaration and then you submit your proposal. So let's just go straight to the cognitive test, which are the business questions. So this final part is where you make some declarations to ensure that you understand the terms and conditions of applying for the TEF program and actually getting the grant. So these are a few options you'll be left with. You come here once you're done with the cognitive and personality test questions. Like I mentioned before, I didn't include the personality test options because it is something that is personal. They want to know the kind of person you are, so I cannot answer that question for you. And please also mind you that most of the questions that might come out, you might have seen in the cognitive section of yours, might not be the same with the ones I have answered, but probably at least 70% of the ones I've provided should come out, right? So let's jump straight to this. So they said, have you applied for the TF program previously? If you've not, you can say no. If you have, you can say yes. And you can provide which year. So have you received seed capital from the TF Connect program in the previous cycles? If you say yes, it's automatic disqualification, so we are going to say no. So do you have business partners or collaborators who are alumnus of the program? No. Are you sanctioned? Are you a sanctioned person or business partner, a close relative or friend of a sanctioned person? Please say no. Don't compromise yourself. Do you or your business partner or company have any direct dealings involving sanctioned countries? Say no. So majority of the things here, you're going to need to answer no to them, because they are questions that are trying to try your integrity. All right. So majority of them, the correct answer to almost all of them is no. Okay, so this one says, are you in business with any TEF staff or staff of any TEF affiliated company? You say no. If you say yes, you've compromised everything you've done. So, are you a current or previous staff of any TEF company? You said no. So when you're done with this, you go ahead and hit on submit application and you're good to go. So I wish you success in your application for the TF fund. And if you would need any further guidance, please ensure be free to actually send email or comment under this video where you're watching it right now. Feel free to comment your questions if you need further guidelines, and also mind you that I will be providing, when you get to the point where you need to submit business plans or business pitches, I would also be available to make a video to guide you through that process. So good luck. Thank you for watching this video. I am Victor Kelechi Kingsley, or you can call me Mr. Awesome. So I hope you get through the process and actually get a grant.